Welcome into this edition of Limestone Athletics. I'm Fabian Fuentes. Time now to talk Limestone College softball with the longtime head coach of our softball program, Jimmy Martin. Coach, thanks for joining us.
It's nice to be here, Fabian.
Good night. How long have you now been the head coach of our program? I know you have over 500 wins, but what will the 2010 season, what year does that make you as far as numbers go?
Well, the 2010, I think, makes it 21 years as head coach.
What's kept you in it so long?
I guess the love of the game, love the job. Doesn't feel like I have to come to work every day.
Right.
Although we enjoy it so much, it's kind of nice to be able to make a living at doing what you enjoy doing.
Here we are in the month of November, and of course you're getting your team prepared to go into the spring season, but you've had the girls out there extensively here in the fall.
Yes, we've, we put our 24 days in out of our 45 where we had our full team practices, and then we had 2 weeks of skill development before that started back in mid-September.
Right. And
then for the last 2 weeks we've been back at it with our skill development, working on some things that we've seen as we went through our regular fall practice with the whole team, that some things that we need to make some fine adjustments on. So we've been out there for the last like I said, 3 weeks, and this week actually ends all of that.
Right.
So the kids is going to get Thanksgiving break and exams and Christmas break and get ready to start back up here on January 12th to 13th.
Well, Coach Martin has a large roster size, but when it comes to returning players from a season ago, who are some of the key returnees for your team?
You got Christy Witten, that was a all-conference player as a pitcher last year, who was kind of leading the team on that part. We got the freshman of the year back, Jenna Goosey from Texas. Mallory and Kelsey Kuykendall, the twins, that played a good bit as freshmen. You got Jordan Smith, Felicia Fritz, Kayla Himalayan from Canada. So we have a big core of starters returning from last year's squad.
Now, with a veteran team that is coming back, how about any newcomers of note?
Newcomers, we brought in a couple of pitchers, Shelby Webb out of Florida, Leah Quan out of Charlotte. Will make additions right away and help us. And then on the infield, Lauren Myers and Kirsten Burleson will probably anchor down the corners as of right now. And so we brought in some good young talent to go with the young talent that we had from a year ago.
From a facility standpoint, I remember coming here as a student in the late 1980s. Let's talk about the progression and the enhancement of the facilities. We were talking with the baseball coach, Chico Lombardo, about the baseball facility, but with all the brickwork and the dugouts and the finely manicured grass. I mean, come springtime, it almost looks like the grass surfaces at the Spring Sports Complex look like fairways on a golf course. Let's talk a little bit about the facilities that we now have.
Well, I think the facilities we have, the turf itself, the playing surfaces are some of the best in our conference by far, and I'd put them right up there with the best in the country. The dugouts, the brick walls, the netting, all of that has been cosmetically good for all the facilities. Where we redid the lacrosse soccer stadium about 6 or 7 years ago, put the nice brick wall in. All of that's been great. But I actually think over the next 3 to 4 years with the new capital campaign and things that we're going to want to do when we put the stadiums in with all those facilities, I think we'll be one of the top 5 schools in the country in facilities.
Well, it is indeed certainly an exciting time here at Limestone College with where the vision stands and where we're looking to go.
I totally agree with you. I think Limestone's on the move, and the athletic department's on the move.
Hey, Coach Martin, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Head coach of our softball program, Jimmy Martin. I'm Fabian Fuentes. Thanks for tuning in to this latest edition of Inside Limestone Athletics.